All right. So, more people. Okay, again, welcome to the Zoom talk. Nice to see you. All right, so maybe just briefly, there's nothing to get, there's nothing to gain or to lose, because what apparently happens is just all there is. It's naturally itself. What we talk about is not a big thing. Wholeness is not a big thing, so to speak. It's the natural reality. It's just how it is, apparently, already anyway. However, it is like that, which is weird to say, for no one. So there is no separate experience of wholeness. There is no separate observer of wholeness. And there is also nothing sitting in the wholeness, consciously experiencing it. All there is what apparently happens. And by not being experienced, so to speak, it's automatically whole. It's blindly whole and complete, so to speak. It's just total and empty. Okay, I think that's it. What we talk about can't be taught. It can't be learned. It doesn't need to be taught or learned because, as I said already, it's this. It's just this. How can you learn what happens? How can anyone learn what already happens? It's just impossible. It's an impossibility. Yes. So, whoever wants is welcome to turn on the microphone and say something, or write in the chat, or nothing. Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
There's a very deep conviction here that something needs to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, and that something is missing.
Yes.
And I cannot shake it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it a conviction. Conviction to me sounds a bit like as if it's a thought thing or a mind thing, and that you can be convinced theoretically of something else, that you could be convinced that nothing needs to happen and that everything is fine. My impression is that it's just this sense of presence that's somehow connected to this. In that sense, it's not really a conviction. That's why one could also, one can't really change anything about that. It would be a conviction. One could work on that and change it to another conviction, but I think that doesn't really work in the end because it's not only a conviction. It just feels like that when there is the sense of presence.
And it seems like it's the basis of insanity in a sense, because there's also this idea that there's something and what is actually happening is ignored.
Instantly, exactly. Yeah. Yes.
And I see this, but I still, it's just impossible to
oh yeah, but on the one hand, I don't think that it's wrong and it needs to go away.
Yeah,
and of course, the one who sees that is illusory, but immediately has to turn it down and say, oh no, not this. And again, is living in the dream of something else could happen and would be better.
So that it perpetuates the dream because it's always.
That is the dream, so to speak. The dream that doesn't want to be a dream is the dream.
So
but I don't want to be a dream.
If this sense of presence would would be completely embraced, it would be dissolved immediately. Like if it's not possible, of course, to embrace it.
Exactly. I kind of know what you mean. Yes, because then it turns out that it doesn't exist, that it's not separate from wholeness, and then there is no difference between this illusion of being someone and wholeness. Exactly. Or in the end, total wholeness is the total embrace of everything. But it sounds a bit romantic because
too spiritual. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not a thing that can be done, or it's not a process of embracing. Everything is just naturally whole and complete. That would be the embracing, so to speak. No one does.
No one does it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. All right. Anita?
So everything is what's apparently happening.
Yes.
And a job is just a wall.
A job is a wall.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, that's also what is happening, but you can say that's a kind of a wall. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And we made a lot of rules here on this planet to deal with the taxes and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what apparently happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brilliant.
But it looks like it's all made up by it's all made up by people.
Oh yeah, apparently. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And energetic stuff, that's also what is apparently happening.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But that's also empty. You can say that's also empty.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and you know, yesterday evening I saw a YouTube about near-death experiences, and it looks really the same as as oneness.
Yeah, but it's an experience of, well, it's an experience that they would call oneness. Yeah, of course.
And then I thought, what is the difference with
Well, the difference is that the experience to be one thing, a oneness experience, is just another experience. Which
you don't have...
that's not wrong, but it's just part of the, and it still is subtly connected to a sense of unfulfillment. And liberation, so to speak, would be a past death experience. That's not an experience anymore. Doesn't make sense.
Experience, but... yeah, that's what it is. So there's no experience.
Exactly. So oneness or wholeness is the natural reality, but it's inexperienced. And to experience oneness, or to have an experience that one calls oneness, is just one apparently possible experience, because there can be all kinds of experiences. But in a near-death experience, it's also just one experience in the person's life. It may be the most interesting and the most powerful, and it may have had the biggest impact in this person's life, but it still is regarded as one experience within many others. It's just a part afterwards, so to speak, when you've survived your near-death experience, which was actually just another life experience. It's just regarded as another thing that happened to me.
It's not a dropping of the me.
No. The dropping of the me apparently would be when this I would would die, wouldn't only be close to death.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. This illusion, so to speak, just is what apparently happens.
Yeah.
But concerning this, it has nothing to do with apparent liberation.
No, it's also an illusion. It's also a dream, a part of the dream.
So to speak, apparently.
Yeah. It's what apparently happening. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
It's a tiny bit, slightly maybe off-topic question. Does the body, like in the face of death, for example, like let's say the tiger comes out of the jungle, jumping towards the body.
Yes.
The body would experience, the brain would experience some fear? Would that still happen, like these basic survival mechanisms?
Well, I guess so. However, I don't know if it would be fear. There's a very thin line between what the person would call fear and excitement. I don't know the English word when the adrenaline and that stuff happens.
Yes.
I don't know if one could call it fear, actually. Something, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. The background of my question is that I happened to listen to your interview about transhumanism with this.
All right.
Yeah. And listening to it, what happens here is like whenever this idea of a very highly technologized world, let's put it like this, is suggested.
Right. Yeah.
The first emotion that comes up is like anger, and then something like intense fear of this, like intense fear of, or hopefully humanity doesn't develop into something like a matrix kind of world. So yeah. But I was wondering all the time if what was going on for me then is because of my let's say still going on residue of separate sense of self. Yeah. And then I was wondering if that is like, if that the difference is between just fear or excitement happening and someone knowing that this is fear. Yeah. So I was just trying to get in touch with you and hopefully something coming out from there that is like, I don't know, blowing it all up or whatever.
Get a good and useful answer from me.
Yeah.
Still have hope. All right.
Sorry?
Still have hope.
Still have hope. Oh gosh. Yeah. That's it.
Thanks. Just to let you know, maybe some people are curious now. Yesterday, I published a video in German language. Someone was asking me about what I think about this philosophy of transhumanism. That's what she was referring to. It's not important, really. I just Yes.
Hey, Andreas.
Hi.
You say this is it, and with this, I understand it is you can't say what it is, but still you say this is it, and what we are talking about is not an it. So therefore, when you and this and this, you can say nothing being everything and so on, and it is just this, the message can't be taught, but as I understand it, is that you, when you say it is it, there's nothing to gain, there's nothing to add, there's nothing, so you can't directly point to what it is because it's unknown.
Yes, but you're right. The weird thing is it's not only unknown what it is, it doesn't even experience itself to be present. So it's not only what it is, there is no if it is. No one knows if is sitting in front of a screen happening or not. No one knows.
Yeah.
There isn't even anything there that could ask that question, because nothing's aware of there being sitting in front of a screen.
Yeah, exactly, and it was just this because last time that I was, talking in, I couldn't express and so on, and you say quite funny. It was very clear, and it was not especially clear. But then I thought, when of course when we are talking about this, what we're talking about, you can't, you can point at it. You can't explain what it is, and it comes from an unknowing. There's no one who knows this.
Yeah, who knows anything? Yeah, in that sense, this is not even a pointing. This is
yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, this is it isn't a pointing to something. It's just
what how will you then, when you say it is, this is it, then you don't point to it, you just this is it.
saying this is it is just it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just what apparently happens, so to speak, without any pointing, without any direction, without any need, without trying to make something obvious.
Yeah, and it is. I think we have talked about this before. Everybody, in a way, it is not an it, but it can sounds like, in a way, an experience of it, and it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this.
Yes, exactly.
Am I clear?
Yeah, well, I completely get it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Terry, what was he talking about? I've no, I'm just no, I get it.
Exactly.
Hi, Andreas.
Hello.
Well, I was going to ask a question, but it kind of doesn't, it only makes sense to me because I want to ask, would it make a difference if the whole world and everyone in it and everything in it just ended tomorrow?
Oh, no.
Or today?
Oh, it would be an apparent difference, but it would be an apparent difference for no one. Yeah.
So it wouldn't matter?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Meaning there wouldn't be a consequence?
No, it wouldn't matter at all. No.
Because to me, it feels like this appearance needs to be as like...
Oh, of course, the person needs it world in order to experience it and find fulfillment in it. Oh, of course. It's dependent on there being something that's real. Totally. Utterly.
Yeah, because without this world and everything in it and everyone in it, then I can't, like you said, I can't find fulfillment.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for the person, for some reason, it would be very sad if tomorrow everything would be over. Wait, no,
Is that...
no, it was so nice. There was still something to be experienced and to be found in this world.
And to be enjoyed and to be gotten, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you died, did the whole world die too?
Well, the illusion, well, when it turned out that there is no one, of course, automatically it turned out that there is no world. Yeah. Turned out sounds a bit weird, but yeah, this impression of reality collapsed completely. It's not even a real turning out, but yeah, it was the collapse of this impression that there is something.
So if this whole appearance in the world did end tomorrow, then nothing would really end.
Oh no, it's not happening. There is no world that happens right now. It's a complete illusion. Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So you really don't have a feeling of presence?
No, or yes. I of course, which is a contradiction. You don't have a feeling of presence. There is no you to have that. And yes, in the story, one could say quite directly, not as a concept or a belief or something. Of course, that which called itself I am here and even felt like that, vanished or died or melted back into wholeness by turning out that it was never real in the first place. Yes, absolutely. That's what seemed to have happened, if you want. So it's a story, of course, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, here is still a sense of yeah, the energetic part. That yeah.
That's what seems to be happening.
Yeah. It seems that it's in the body. So yeah.
Exactly. I'm now here. Yeah, I'm living in this body, and I'm alive. I'm something that is. As an experienced reality, you don't even need that story to tell yourself that story. That's just how it feels. Yep. Nothing wrong with it. It just is what it is. Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I think that it's wrong.
Yes, the impression that something is wrong is just accompanied to this presence. Of course. So I don't think that you should feel that everything is all right. What happens, what apparently happens, is wholeness. And if this includes the sense that something is wrong, that's it. And trying to find an answer for this is what apparently happens as well.
Yeah, but there is no answer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the
So
seeking for an answer doesn't need an answer.
Yeah. It's just what is apparently happening. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Well, yeah, the dream would be that it's really happening. That would be the only dream, that what happens is real because there is someone real aware of it. That's the only dream.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Jack.
Tony, you say wholeness, and Tony refers to it as this all-encompassing, or only this energy, this energy, and that we're like localized parts, or the apparent me is localized part of that energy. So we kind of like whirlpools in a river, and once the energy of that runs out, there's just river. I mean, do you understand what I'm asking?
Yes, but I mean, what this message is saying, that all of that isn't real, but that's how the person would experience itself, as those, what did you call them, stones, or what?
Whirlpool, like a whirlpool.
Yeah, exactly. That's how the person would call itself. Oh, I'm separate, I'm this, and I'm not the river. The river has no clue about this being something else, so to speak. The person would say, I'm not the river, I'm this whirlpool.
Right.
But what this message is saying in the end, there are no whirlpools.
Nor energy.
Nor a river, nor an energy, yeah. There is no relative reality, the whirlpools, inner absolute reality, the river. It's a concept, that's the thing. The whole picture is a concept that only the person has, so to speak. And there is something to it, I understand, but in the end, yeah.
Yeah, the description is always just mental stuff.
It's already, exactly, it's already describing a circumstance that can be somehow understood. That's why a picture is, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, you want to do the chat first?
No.
There is no world. That is an outrageous statement.
It's not. As there is no world, this statement can't be real. But yeah, I like it too. There is no world.
But I mean, if like no one would like who is in the world apparently would want to listen to this message, but if people would actually understand what you're saying, like there would be like a, like, I mean, there would be a big outrage about it, I would say.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, people here take it quite cool, so.
Yeah. Apparently. Yeah. No, I'm just, because like in the parent world, there were these discussions about the small things that are apparently this or that way, but this message just undermines everything.
Totally, it undermines reality itself. Yeah. Yes. Well, undermines. It points out that this reality never existed in the end. It's not even trying to undermine it really, but it's just apparently pointing out it doesn't exist. There is no world, there is no I.
Mm-hmm. What to do?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so in the chat, nothing is important, my dear. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, there isn't anything, so of course. Okay, then only if there is no one who knows it. No, nothing is important even when there is someone, or when there is the illusion of someone. Still nothing is important. And the question, why the dream appears so real? Well, in the end, there is no answer to why. It just is what seems to be happening. And as I said, the only dream is I am. I'm real, and I'm living in a real world. And this dream, this apparent dream, consists of the sense of reality. That is the dream, so to speak. I am. I feel that I exist. And I feel that there is an existence out there in general, so to speak. But why it is like that, why that's what apparently happens, remains unanswered. Because it's not even really happening. So
Do you
oh, sorry, the microphone. You have to turn it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see that it's not real,
No.
that you don't experience it as real?
But I'm not there experiencing anything or seeing anything. Yeah. It's not that I'm seeing the screen and on top know or see that it's not real. No, I'm not there to. I'm not separate from the looking. I'm not separate from the seeing of the screen. So I have no idea what it is or if it is.
Yeah.
I don't care, basically.
Yeah, I understand. Yes. It you know that it looks like a kind of I don't know how to say it. So this open field, this openness, it comes or it comes not.
Which openness?
Yeah. So the seeingness, when it's only seeingness.
When there's only what apparently happens, you mean? Yeah. Well, all there is what apparently happens. So in that sense, it's always the same openness or boundlessness. But there is no experience here of openness.
No
I'm not
experience
an
of
open
boundlessness.
eye or so. Oh no, of course not. Oh no, there's no experience at all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. But do you think these meetings, you can say in one way, maybe the me is getting stronger, and maybe the me is getting less. Both are possibilities.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of I mean, me getting weaker and stronger already is a story. But yeah, there is no predictable outcome, of course.
Yeah.
And seeking may be intensified or not, or both at times, or whatever. Yeah, there's absolutely no intention here and no predictable outcome. Of course, anything's possible, theoretically.
Yeah, that's it. Everything is possible. Yeah. Yeah.
Theoretically, because in the end, all there is what apparently happens, which is an absolute no possibility. But yeah, apparently everything's possible.
Yeah. It's in a way, yes, I know. Yeah, it's the same as no answer. That's okay. Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's nothing to understand, of course. Yes. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, question in the chat. Is there an apparent tip to die quicker? Oh, you're not alive. No, there isn't. No. I mean, there is no dying of anyone. No one will die, of course. No one will lose their ego. No one will lose the I. There isn't anyone. So, yeah. Okay, William.
It's impossible for me to think of this in any other way than you were unfulfilled and something happened and now you become fulfilled. And I know over and over again that's not what's being said. But that's because of the hope in my story. I can't think of it in any other way than I'm not
Understand, I look so gloriously shining and beautiful and happy that this is the only conclusion you can come to. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, that's just what's the seeker's impression. Yeah, I am someone, I'm unfulfilled, and there is another possibility for me to become fulfilled, and the person just thinks that this has happened to me, projects its dream onto me, so to speak. There is Andreas, he's saying these things, so he must have what I'm looking for, namely a personal experience of having found, being fulfilled, whatever. It's just a pure projection, which is all right. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not what's going on here.
So what actually did happen was that there was a dream of being unfulfilled and then that stopped, apparently.
Well, that would be the story, apparently, but I'm not aware of it. It's not something that makes me happy or that I know, really. It's just, there just isn't anyone.
But there's no unfulfillment there, or no sense of unfulfillment there.
Yeah, one could say so, yeah. Yeah, it turned out that this was only part of the dream of I am. Yeah.
And there is a sense of unfulfillment here, apparently.
Well, if you say so, I don't see it. You look quite good to me, but...
But I still want something more.
Yeah, all right.
So that would be unfulfillment, wouldn't it?
Well, if you say so. Still, I don't see anyone unfulfilled, even in that apparent claim that you are.
So it's just empty words, I'm unfulfilled. Or even the energetic sense of being unfulfilled is just empty.
Yeah, exactly. It's just on the one hand what apparently happens, and total, on the other hand, it's empty. Of reality, of purpose, of meaning. Yep. Yep.
And so even if I'm thinking to myself all the time, I want fulfillment, I want fulfillment.
Oh, that's wholeness. Of course, that's what apparently happens.
And wholeness isn't interested in whether someone feels like a separate person or not.
Oh, no, because it doesn't recognize the difference.
It doesn't recognize any difference.
Oh, no, of course not. It doesn't recognize any difference between itself and people claiming that they are separate me's.
Thank you.
Thanks. Kim.
Yeah, Andreas, when we say this message seems scary in the good way, scary in this that it's a very free, you can say, not a free message, but free whatever in it. And when this scariness to this appears, it is just for no one. So it's just scary or whatever appears. It's this, or it's complete, or you can say when this illusion of, oh, it's scary to me, it's not scary to me, it's just scary.
Yeah.
So apparently. No one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Anita.
So there is no difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
To what, actually?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But I really don't know. It's still, there's still this thoughts that this energetic parts ask very much attention, energy, and that it's better that it doesn't. That's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's a kind of, it's still a circle that's going on.
Well,
everything is yes, everything is apparently so.
Yeah, including the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was no way to get out of this circle. It's
no, of course not. Oh no, it's apparent. You can't really get out of something that's not real in the first place. Oh, it's impossible, of course, and not needed.
Yeah, it's not real. That's it.
It's an impossible task to try to escape from something that doesn't exist.
That's a joke. Yes. Thanks.
Thank you.
So nothing is happening. What apparently is happening isn't happening.
Yes. That's what this sentence is actually saying. That's why one could say it apparently happens. Never really happens. Never.
Right. Because what would register that?
Exactly. The thing that believes to register happening is already not happening, really. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Okay, and then there are a few comments about the fear, the scary. Okay, how's that any different? It threatens your life. Yes, that was the question. There's just fear and no one having it. Okay, and then the next one. How could this message be scary if there is nobody? Isn't it scary to the me? Yes, apparently. All of that would just be what apparently happens. Of course, this message isn't scary or dangerous at all, of course. There is no message even to be there. Yeah. So,
and any fear that ever happens is for no one anyway. So it doesn't matter whether somebody's being, executed somewhere. The fear that they're experiencing is not for me either.
oh yeah, of course.
But that's also not a different fear than what's happening here, because this is the end of your life.
Yes. Oh yeah, that kind of fear can happen here. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I think for example, I actually was talking to him, like somebody who really hears this message, that's when they I feel that they hear it more when they start to get really scared.
Oh yeah, that's possible. Then they know what it's about actually.
Yeah,
In my
exactly.
guess. Yeah.
They stop showing up.
Maybe. Maybe. But on the other hand, there doesn't have to be fear. There can be fear, and it's kind
of course.
In the story, it's kind of logical for there to be fear. But on the other hand, quite surprisingly, it doesn't have to be there.
Absolutely, but just to say that it's a different fear because it's because as well it's it's fear for nobody. It's
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It still is what it apparently is. Yeah. Okay, why did it used to feel like you could escape and now it feels like you can't? Is it because the illusion has been seen and now you can't escape it, as it is impossible to escape? Yeah, in the story, one could say that. Yeah, that may have been happened. It felt for a long time that as if one could escape, as if one could do something, as if there is a way out, as if there is something called enlightenment or liberation or whatever, and that it could happen to me and all that stuff. And yeah, it's possible that this illusion collapses. Yeah. And then you end up being someone who can't escape anymore. But there's still the subtle hope that escape is possible. It just can't be seen anymore how this would ever be happening. Yeah, and then you become someone who is still there but can't escape anymore. Feels like imprisonment, which is basically the person's experience. I'm imprisoned into being me. I'm doomed to be me. I'm doomed to experience life, so to speak. The person wouldn't say it like that, but that's basically what it tries to escape from. It's this sense of imprisonment, which is the me itself. It's not that the me is imprisoned in something, thoughts or beliefs or something. The me itself is the sense of imprisonment. And that's what it tries to escape from.
But that's exactly how it feels. Exactly how it feels. Yeah.
Apparently, Jack. Apparently.
Yeah. But when I first heard you talk, I thought that is the greatest freaking thing I've ever heard. I don't exist. Excellent. I'm glad to hear it, right? So I thought, okay, so now let's get rid of that and we'll just move on to this other state.
Yeah.
No, doesn't work that way. No. So it does feel, I thought, damn, it feels like doing time. This feels like, yeah, it feels like imprisonment. Apparently, but yeah.
Exactly. Fortunately, it's not real. It would be much worse.
If I say it's not real, that's just a concept. I can say that, but it has no meaning or depth to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
The feeling of being imprisoned or stuck, that feels extremely real. It may be apparent, but nonetheless, that's what apparently is happening. That
yeah, of course.
Feeling.
Yeah, and when I say apparently, I don't say that it should feel lighter for you, because when there is someone, that's exactly how it feels, and there is no one and nothing that can be done about that. I mean, all the seeking is the attempt to do something about that, but it fails. It's impossible, because as you say, when there is someone, or the me, so to speak, is this impression, and if that's what apparently happens, it's inevitably what apparently happens. No escape. There is no escape for the me from itself.
Okay.
It's impossible. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Or not, or whatever.
Words can't go there.
Nothing can go there.
Right, because there's no, I've said, but there's no vantage point for me to say there's no subject object. There's thank you, Andreas.
Yes, thanks. Thank you.
Wait a minute.
Okay, Anita. No, I can't hear you.
Yes. So the paradox is the me can't escape and there is no me. So
yes.
Yeah. The me is an illusion. It already doesn't exist. So
yes, there is no one.
Yeah. But
no one has left paradise.
Yeah, there's also no paradise.
Yeah, sorry for that. That's another. You can't have left paradise because there is no paradise. Yeah, it's also a nice thing to say, especially before Christmas.
Yeah, you can lay down in a small bed of of Jesus Christ. You can do that. Yes. But yeah, it looks like the feeling of existence. That is the I don't know how to say it. So in one way, there is no existence.
Yes.
And you, yeah, you don't experience that because there is no you. Yeah.
Yeah, you've now you kind of have learned the words quite well. Yeah.
Yeah, the words, yes, exactly. But it's conceptual. It's not. It's still too conceptual.
Well, apparently there's just someone trying to work it out.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what apparently happens.
Apparently.
No one's doing it.
Then you can say every time the message is there is no one. There is no one and there is no one. That's
yes,
it.
but even saying there is no one isn't said to someone in order to convince someone or in order, it can't be taught. It's not a teaching. I'm not telling everyone, or I'm not telling someone, hello, there is no one, please see it, awake from the dream. Please. No, there is no one.
So the body is drinking coffee.
Well, who knows? Which body?
Yeah, which body? Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, Dimitri.
Hey, Andreas.
Hi.
Would you say feeling kind of lighter during the meeting and then when the meeting ends, feeling like worse is still a story?
No, it is what apparently happens, or it may be what apparently happens, but the information about it is a story. But it's wholeness as that, it's totality as that.
And do you think someone can sense that there is a resonance, or this is also just a story?
Well, apparently there can be a resonance, whatever that means, and then this would be what apparently happens, total and complete and empty and meaningless. And the information about it would be a story. And when there is the illusion of an I, the person would believe that story to be the truth. Then the person would say, I really felt the resonance in this meeting today, and it was gorgeous, and I'm sure it helped me a lot on my path towards liberation. For the person, this would be then the only reality. And it would already have overlooked that it was actually already wholeness.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And the apparent overlooking of that it was already wholeness is, of course, wholeness. Okay, then there's a question in the chat which probably was more like a joke. Do you think this life is a DMT trip in slow motion? Oh no, of course not, because there is no such thing as this life, and it's not like anything. What happens is incomparable. How it actually is, how it really is incomparable to anything, because it's just uniquely how it is. I think it's the first time that I said uniquely. But I think it was also the first time that it fitted. All right.
But Andreas, until I heard you talking about wholeness and the apparent self, those concepts, I didn't have those concepts. So in hearing you talk, yeah, there was something that clicked, something that made, so there, the person that asked about or something resonates. So something certainly changed in just hearing that, just because it was something that I hadn't heard or given credence to before. I mean, I had read a lot of the stuff about, Buddhism, Krishnamurti and all that stuff since the 70s, but none of it like clicked. And click's not the real, but you know what I'm saying? But listening to the talks, I was like, God damn, there was resonance.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what apparently happened. And that's total and whole and complete and full on what it is. At the same time, it's empty of reality and meaningless and not for someone. But yeah, that's what seemed to have happened. Your whole life, and apparently meeting this message, and apparently what came out of that, all of that is it already. Yes.
Did you ever see the movie The Wizard of Oz?
No.
Okay. Well, it starts out black and white, all right, and at one point turns to color. All this technique. It's like that for me. It was like that.
Oh,
Hearing it was like that. It was just like, it was this.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Doesn't have to be denied. Can't be confirmed to be real, but it also, there's no one there which has to deny that. That's just exactly what happens.
Okay.
Fine.
There's a t-shirt that says, I'm happy, don't fuck it up. I think I'll get that t-shirt.
Now is the moment. Not go on talking. All right, so I think that's it. And I think I wish a Merry Christmas. Of course, there is no such thing as Christmas and all those things, you know.
Merry Christmas.
Like a Santa Claus.
Yes, because what this message is saying is that there is no one. So who would be there to celebrate and all? Well, you know it, but fortunately, everything is whole and complete. That's the natural reality. Everything just is what it is.
That's a Merry Christmas greeting.
I know you were just happy, and I know I fucked it up. I'm sorry. Sorry about that one.